LinkedIn, and welcome again to one of my sessions where I have an opportunity to showcase and put under the spotlight one of our fantastic suppliers. Now, obviously, we're synonymous with working with brilliant people, best in class. So I'd like to introduce that is basically we look like the What's It Brothers from EastEnders today, Grant and Phil Mitchell. So get out of my pub. So buddy, can I introduce you to Tim Bailey from 1PS? Say hi, Tim.
Hi, everyone.
Brilliant. So I've got 4 questions for you today. People might not be aware of what 1PS does, but before we start, can I just ask you, how are you and how is business?
I'm good, thanks, Gary. Business is booming, I'm pleased to say. So I think everyone's had a difficult sort of 6 to 8 months. We all saw a drop off in revenue at the first lockdown, but what we're seeing is now really truly encouraging. We're seeing a massive increase in business, I think driven by the pent up demand over the last few months, but November has actually been our record month. And if we look at the pipeline, we can see that continuing into the new year, which is hugely encouraging.
I'm glad you said that, because I keep getting told off for telling everyone how great it is out there, and people aren't believing me. So it's nice to hear from other people, especially who are on the front end. So for people who don't know what 1PS do you want to give everyone an example of, an explanation of all you do, services and scope? Because I would position you've got your ID line, you've got factoring companies, and then there's the special stuff that you do.
That's right, yeah. So we tailor our product specifically for recruitment. So we do all the timesheets and billings. We've got a piece of software that does that for the agencies. We'll onboard the contractors. And we do all of the cash moves and provide all of the finance for the agency, freeing up the agency to get out there and sell more business. So at the end of each week or the end of each month, depending on the payment cycle, the agency receives their commission, contractors get paid, and then we will chase all the debts from their end client. And
I think what's cool about this, because it's effectively like a total back office, right? It's great. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for organizations who are building the contract piece onto what they're existingly doing. It's an opportunity also for businesses to compare costs versus having their own existing incumbent team and building a fiefdom around it's a control freak FD, but no, everyone likes to have an empire around an internal team. This is a genuine alternative to that.
I think so. I mean, you can look to outsource your non-core activities, free them up to do what you're good at. And the other benefit is, most ID or factoring lines will only give you, a percentage. They'll give you sort of anywhere between 70 and 90%. And we give 100%.
On everything?
Yeah.
And perm?
And perm, yeah.
And my next question was going to be, what's new with you guys? But I know what's new, because every time I'm talking about statement of works, outcome-based stuff, you're my go-to, because quite a lot of the traditional routes of ID aren't really set up for this, because it's based on milestones and outcomes. But you guys have taken you've taken a different approach to this.
Yeah, we're already doing statement of work funding for some of the agencies, and we're continuing to develop that as obviously a product which is going to be useful when IR35 comes in. There's some other stuff in the pipeline as well. We're building out our software offerings. What we want to try and do is provide more in the way of linkages for the agencies. So linkages to CRM packages, linkages to their accounting packages. So that'll be predominantly through to Xero, so that they get a seamless end-to-end service and they don't have to intervene administratively themselves.
Which I love. So you're doing integrations across all the mainstream CRMs as well? Everything?
Yeah. That's on the plan for 2021. I mean, the vision is to be able to provide a hub for agencies. And then you've got the ability to also put the analytics into that centerpiece as well.
I think the difference is that your background, because you come from a banking background, don't you? So you don't typically come from like this sort of recruitment services piece. So
that's right.
So you're an evil banker at heart who's basically trying to come up with a fix for us all.
Not a very successful one, because otherwise I'd be retired. But
you have an amazing dress sense, so it's all good, brother. So whilst I've got you, and we're just to keep this nice and short and punchy.
Yeah.
Any advice for recruitment business leaders at this moment in time? And if you give us an insight or a tip that might help them in terms of scaling up or escalating or accelerating their growth?
Okay. There are several things, really. I mean, the successful agencies we've seen over the last months are the ones that just don't give up and adapt. And hats off to them. We've seen some really innovative agencies out there, and they're now growing fantastically because of those efforts. The issue that I think all businesses face with that growth is the administration that comes with it. So don't let that get on top of you. There's always a planning lag. So by the time you realize there's too much, it's too late. And the other one as well is fraud. Watch out for fraud. In times like we're in at the moment, this is a good time for fraudsters. We've caught quite a lot actually in the last few months. So advice to agencies is, if it seems too good, sounds too good, it probably is. If the placements in any way don't seem, if there's anything suspicious, then watch out for that, because fraud is right.
If it seems too good, sounds too good, it's probably the RDLC. But was my thoughts. He's talking about me. Buddy, it's lovely to see you. I wish you and yours a fantastic Christmas. I can't wait to see you in the new year. I hope things for you continue to bounce. I will keep giving you these ridiculous introductions where it's just two names of the word intro, and expect them at all hours of the day and night, because you are go-to on this stuff. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for doing this, and good luck to you next year.
Thank you very much, Gary. Merry Christmas.